Let's go over a practice example of how to complete the plan for your one bed. Let's say we want to plant some garlic. Okay, so here's some garlic. Plant the cloves. This is a special root crop. So first thing, of course, you want to just write down that that's a plant you'd like to grow. It grows throughout the year quite well, and you need to think about other plants that you'd like to plant in your bed. Uh, of course, you need to plant plants that are appropriate for the season, plants that are also available to you. You have a 60 square foot bed, 60 square foot bed. It's 3 feet by 20 feet. Let's say we'll plant about 3 feet long of the bed. So that's going to be 9 square feet. Okay, so that's what we're going to decide we're going to do. Now, we might not end up doing this, but that's our plan. Okay, so the next thing I need to do is fill out column B. It says edible yield per 100 square feet. So we're looking at 60 square feet. That's how big our whole bed is. We're specifically planting 9. But in the book, they talk about 100 square feet as their one bed. They have a different size. It just didn't fit on our farm to make them that big. So what I want to do is I want to go to the master chart. This is How to Grow More Vegetables, your textbook. And I want to find alphabetically, starting on page 134, the plant I'm looking for. I'm looking for garlic. So I find that on page 138. And there's a bunch of information here about garlic. And I'm not going to read about that right now. I'm actually going to go down to the next page. It's kind of a weird organization, but they have the pages split. And you can see right here for garlic, there are a bunch of numbers in that first box in column O. Okay, I'm going to just put this down on the table so it's a little easier to point out. It might be a little hard for you to see, but there are 3 numbers, 60, 120, and 240. That is, as it says here, the possible grow biointensive yield in pounds per 100 square foot planting. And there are 3 options because depending on how expert you are at this, you may end up growing more or less. So we're going to assume we're fairly beginner and we can only grow the beginning amount, the first number. So that's the number I want you always to choose, the first number. So that's 60 pounds. So in other words, we can in 100 square feet potentially grow 60 pounds of garlic. All right. And let me just adjust here because it looks like we've lost a little bit of focus. So 60 pounds. Now, how many pounds can we grow in the 9 square feet? Well, there's a little formula there. It says take the B column, 60, divide it by 100. Okay, and the reason I'm doing that is I'm basically trying to get a per square foot amount and then multiply it by A, which is the number of square feet I'm going to use. So if I take 60 times 9, I actually can just 60 divided by 100 times 9. I can just do that in my head, but I can use a calculator to do that. But what I'm going to get is 5.4 pounds. Okay, so that is how many pounds of garlic I expect to grow.